Hi, and welcome to Migraine Transformation. If you are here, then you've probably gone through a lot. And I want to start by acknowledging that living with migraines is not just physically painful, it really affects your whole life. It can be exhausting, it can be isolating, and it brings many challenges. My name is Emmy Verlaak, and I have been accompanying people in deep processes for over 30 years as a psychotherapist, as a coach, and always as a fellow human being. Because I myself, I have had migraine, I suffered from migraine. I founded and led my own academy, and I was giving trainings for therapeutic development. I taught in international training institutes. I was working as a coach, as a consultant for companies who were seeking for substantial changes. And all of these experiences, they have taught me that change is never a quick fix. It is a process. It is a multi-dimensional process that unfolds over time. And I have seen it again and again when I was working with people, that when we look at the full picture, that then it becomes clear, that then we have insights why symptoms are there. Migraine is not just a physical dimension, it is not just a physical pain, it also implies aspects on the emotional, mental layer. And even it is good to look at the energetic and spiritual dimensions that we carry within us. It is looking at this full picture, what I call the 5-dimensional method, that will really bring us all of this composition why we have migraine as something that keeps on repeating in our life. My work and this space that I've created here is my vision to really offer you transformation and to share my experience with all of you, because I have seen it, I've experienced it, that relief and transformation is possible. I want to share my personal story with you. My migraines, they started in a very quiet way. It was in a time where I was having a lot of work, I was doing a lot of projects, I was rebuilding my academy, I was expanding, I was quite successful. And it was also during the time that I was in menopause, so I wasn't really taking the headaches quite serious. And only when the pain became more frequent and when I noticed that I cannot function in a normal way, it's like I cannot really focus anymore and I need to check like how many trainings I can still do. That is where I started to realize like, this stress is really affecting my life and I need to take care of it. And I started to do more sports, I was doing more meditation, I was watching my diet, and all of that didn't really help. Even worse, it's like the tension got even more intense in my body, and that is where I felt like I was in a downward spiral. Like whatever I did, it didn't help. It was all like in vain. And of course, as a psychotherapist, I knew the connection between stress, emotional pressure, and not taking care of what really bothers you. And yet all that knowledge was not helping me. It's like I was looking at it from different angles. I took many sessions and there it really felt like I'm stuck. I don't know what to do anymore, and it even was until a level where I noticed like I feel down, I feel exhausted, and I felt demotivated. I felt depressed in quite some moments, like this is not the life that I want to live. And if me as a therapist, I don't know the way out, it's like, how is that? It's like I could not admit it for myself. What I also need to mention is that I was taking my medication most of the time in secret. It's like, what we know is like having migraine, you isolate yourself. You don't want the people to know. It's like I want them to just see me from the outside, how I was functioning, how I was being successful. But I was not sharing this agony. I was not sharing how often I was having migraines. And when I then got to that point where I noticed like, wow, this is not the life that I want to live. It's like I cannot bear it anymore. And on top, when I noticed that turning point, it's like I cannot work anymore the way I was working. It's like I need to cancel trainings that I had been giving for years and that were really like in an identification of my life. That was really the turning point. That then I knew like I even need to go deeper. I need to look at the bigger picture. I need to know how all of that is connected. And it really took me to that place where I saw that what I have experienced as a baby, that those traumatic experiences, they still affect me. They still affected me nowadays. It's like I could see triggering moments, how emotionally they were still linked to what I had gone through as a baby. And when I then changed the work that I was doing, my inner work, and when I was combining what I now call the migraine principles, that is when the shift started. And that was such a relief, like to finally find a way, to find the key, how this relief and how the transformation can be done. Out of a long personal journey through pain and confusion and frustration and eventually deeper understanding, Migraine Transformation was born. I'm not here to offer quick fixes. I'm here to share what I've learned, both honest and professionally grounded. I've created this space because I know that 1 billion persons all over the world are living with some form of migraine. I've created this space because I know that people are looking for real orientation. They are looking for a guidance that is not just generic, but that is specific to the complexity of their situation. So I felt called to bring together my experience in the therapeutic and educational fields and my own experience from the inside out. I felt called to bring all of that together because migraine is not just about the head. It is about our whole being. It affects our nervous system. It touches our emotions. It touches our agency. It touches how we think about ourselves. That's what Migraine Transformation stands for. An honest, multi-layered approach, including physical and mental, emotional, spiritual, and energetic dimensions, making a combination of all that. This channel is a space for that. Here I will be sharing videos on practical tools, on personal experiences, but also insights from science and both personal experiences. And of course there will also be empowerment, grounding, and connecting all of that. The videos, they will explain topics like the triggers from migraine versus the causes. Very often early life experiences still live in your body, and how that is connected to your nervous system, to your vagus, and how regulation, co-regulation goes with that. That's very important to understand that. And if you've tried many things and it still feels like something is missing, maybe it's not because you're doing it wrong. Maybe it is because your body is asking you to be met on more than one level. I know how isolating migraines can feel. That's why this space is built on understanding and real-life experiences, on tools that are both grounded in science and compassion. It's here to offer you orientation, to help you to see the bigger picture. This is a growing space here on this channel, and if something has resonated, you're warmly invited to stay connected. I'll be sharing step by step more eye-opening insights, gentle yet effective tools, and powerful shifts I have witnessed. And if you need support beyond the screen, there's place for that too. Through the website, online courses, one-to-one coaching, or simply by reaching out. Because for me, this space is not only about information, it is about connection, it's about healing, it is about a path of transformation that truly supports you.